Imagine a world where a haunting mystery lingers in the shadows, waiting to be unveiled, a story that has captivated fans and investigators alike for nearly 3 decades. The world lost one of its most iconic voices.
Honor and welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Tupac Shakur!
Tupac Shakur, at just 25 years old, in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. The air was filled with excitement as he rode through the city, a vibrant cultural hub, on the evening of September 7, 1996, completely unaware that his life was about to be cut tragically short.
An arrest has been made in connection with the shooting death of Tupac Shakur. The rapper's 1996 murder from a drive-by shooting has remained unsolved for nearly 30 years.
The aftermath of his death left a void in the music world and ignited a series of questions that continue to resonate today.
Yeah, I like to think I'm a rebel. I'm revolutionary.
What if I told you that after years of silence, the alleged orchestrator of that fateful night has finally been arrested?
They're not only ugly on the outside, but they're ugly on the inside too. And you just use something in them boxes. They just use something in them boxes. From 1996.
He makes that statement 2 years before any confession the defendant ever made.
In this video, we're diving deep into the details of Duane Keffe D. Davis's shocking arrest, the implications it carries, and how it reshapes the legacy of Tupac. Stay tuned, because this is a story you won't want to miss.
That knee shirt, along with Marion Suge Knight, who's a large man in a brown suit, punching and kicking Orlando Anderson. Following this incident, you'll see hotel security intervene.
As we turn back the clock to September 7th, 1996, the vibrant lights of Las Vegas lit up the night sky, casting a glow that mirrored the excitement felt in the hearts of many. Tupac Shakur, one of the most influential rappers in history, was enjoying a weekend filled with excitement surrounding the highly publicized boxing match between Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon. The energy in the air was electric, filled with fans and celebrities. But the evening would soon take a deadly turn that would change the course of hip-hop history forever. Riding in a BMW with Death Row Records founder Marion Suge Knight, Tupac found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time.
After the fight, Tupac was still in that mode.
At a red light, everything seemed ordinary until a white Cadillac pulled up beside them, and gunfire erupted, shattering the illusion of safety and camaraderie that often accompanies events of this magnitude. Tupac was struck multiple times, sustaining devastating injuries that would ultimately lead to his death just days later. Despite efforts to save him, he succumbed to his injuries on September 13th, 1996, leaving behind a legacy that would resonate for generations. This moment marked not only the loss of a talented artist, but also the beginning of a tragic narrative that would engulf the hip-hop community in grief, anger, and confusion.
That's very addictive.
When niggas come against me, I'ma knock they punk ass out.
If he didn't have anybody to...
His untimely death sparked a wave of questions and theories, some fueled by media speculation, while others emerged from the complex web of relationships and rivalries within the hip-hop community. The aftermath of Tupac's death created an environment ripe for conspiracy theories and debates, leaving fans and scholars alike to ponder the true circumstances surrounding his murder. What had been a mere scuffle at the MGM Grand earlier that night spiraled into an all-out battle for reputation, respect, and survival in a world where personal and professional vendettas often collided violently.
The family of Tupac Shakur has been waiting for justice. We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Duane Keith Davis, aka Keffe D.
Fast forward to today, and the arrest of Duane Davis, known as Keffe D, marks a pivotal moment in a case that has baffled investigators and fans alike for nearly 3 decades. The Las Vegas police have identified Davis as the ringleader behind the shooting, though he was not the gunman. Instead, he allegedly orchestrated the events that led to Tupac's murder. The charge against him is murder with a deadly weapon, and prosecutors have introduced a gang enhancement that could add significant time to his sentence if convicted.
Appreciate your cooperation, okay? I'll stand right here in front of the car. Yep.
Pleasure.
Nope, we're going to put it down. I know. Put that down for a second, all right?
You got nothing on you, right?
Hooks.
This arrest not only reignites interest in the case, but also offers a sense of closure to those who have long sought answers regarding that fateful night in Vegas. What makes this situation even more compelling is how Davis has portrayed himself over the years. In his memoir, Compton Street Legend, he admits to providing the gun used in the drive-by shooting, further complicating the narrative surrounding Tupac's murder. He claims he was in the front passenger seat of the Cadillac when his nephew Orlando Baby Lane Anderson fired the fatal shots. Anderson had a history of rivalry with Tupac, which escalated tensions between the East Coast and West Coast hip-hop scenes, ultimately igniting a feud that claimed multiple lives.
Live at 5, more information about what a grand jury saw before they decided to indict Duane Keffe D. Davis in the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Davis's arrest has prompted widespread media attention, leading to a flurry of discussions about the implications of his admission of guilt and the ongoing violence that plagued the hip-hop community during that era. Critics argue that this case serves as a reminder of the unchecked aggression and retaliatory violence that often overshadowed the artistry and creativity that defined the genre. In light of this recent development, it's crucial to examine how this arrest will affect not only Davis's fate, but also the broader narrative surrounding Tupac's legacy and the hip-hop culture he represented.
Is it Orlando?
Yes.
Let me just ask you point blank, did you kill Tupac Shakur?
I didn't kill Tupac. I just want to let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it.
You said the shots came from the back. Big Dre, Orlando. Who shot Tupac?
Pac not gonna tell the story. I ain't gonna tell the story, but I tell you this. It wasn't Anderson, so that's all I got to say about that part.
I've been thinking, maybe I'm a scapegoat or something. I'm like a victim.
The rivalry between East Coast and West Coast rappers during the 1990s created a toxic environment that ultimately contributed to the tragic deaths of Tupac and other artists. Tupac and Biggie Smalls were at the center of this conflict, characterized by escalating threats, diss tracks, and physical altercations. The feud reached a boiling point on the night of Tupac's murder, when a previous altercation between Tupac and Anderson occurred earlier that night at the MGM Grand, leading to heightened tensions and a cloud of impending violence.
See, come around the corner, I'm gonna come downstairs and get you. And that's how I went. I walked back, I came back in the room and I told Big, I'm like, yo, Big, Pac downstairs. He's like, yo, go downstairs and get him.
This animosity became emblematic of the larger issues within the hip-hop community. Issues of loyalty, betrayal, and the often fatal consequences of unresolved conflict. The shooting not only took the life of one of hip-hop's greatest artists, but also served as a catalyst for further violence within the industry, culminating in the murder of Biggie Smalls just 6 months later.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace.
The narrative of this rivalry continues to haunt the hip-hop landscape, where many artists still grapple with the repercussions of these legendary feuds. As we consider the legacy of Tupac and the implications of his rivalry with other artists, it's essential to recognize how the media played a role in perpetuating these tensions. Headlines often exaggerated conflicts, creating an atmosphere of sensationalism that further fueled animosity between artists. This cyclical nature of violence and media portrayal raises critical questions about responsibility and the impact of fame on personal relationships within the industry.
It's the story that demanded to be told for over 20 years. The tale of a boy raised by a
Davis's arrest comes after years of speculation and numerous theories about who was responsible for Tupac's death. He has been one of the few figures consistently connected to the case, identified early on as one of the suspects. Despite this, he managed to evade prosecution until now. The breakthrough in this case came after a lengthy investigation that included grand jury proceedings, which began in July, drawing the attention of both legal experts and avid fans who have followed the case closely over the years. The case's revival raises critical questions about justice and accountability. For Tupac's family, particularly his sister, Sakiwa Set Shakur, this arrest represents a long-awaited acknowledgement of the pain endured by their family. She expressed that this moment is significant not just for them but for the entire community, emphasizing the importance of recognizing the impact of Tupac's life and death on countless individuals.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean it. I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a, gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, you taught that from school, everywhere. Big business, you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, Gimme, 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 push, 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 step, 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 crush, crush, crush.
The silence of the past 27 years surrounding this case has spoken loudly in our community, she stated, highlighting the collective grief and unresolved emotions that have permeated the lives of those who admired Tupac. In addition, the community surrounding Tupac's legacy has reacted with a mix of hope and skepticism. While many view this arrest as a step toward closure, others question whether justice will truly be served. The complexities of gang culture and the societal factors contributing to violence in marginalized communities add layers of difficulty to the pursuit of justice in cases like this. Activists and advocates for change are calling for more than just answers. They seek to address the systemic issues that have plagued the hip-hop community and continue to impact lives today.
It's the story that demanded to be told for over 20 years. The tale of a boy raised by a political firebrand.
As we delve deeper into the details surrounding the arrest of Duane Davis, it's essential to explore the implications of gang involvement and the environment that fostered such violence in the hip-hop industry during the 1990s. The police emphasized that the murder charge stems not only from the act itself, but also from the gang activity that surrounded it. This was not just a random act of violence, but a calculated response to an ongoing feud, highlighting how deeply rooted these rivalries were in the fabric of hip-hop culture. Tupac's music often addressed social issues, personal struggles, and the complexities of life in urban America. His songs like Changes and Keep Ya Head Up spoke to the challenges faced by marginalized communities, making him a voice for the voiceless. Despite the violence that ultimately led to his death, Tupac's art transcended the chaos around him, often serving as a poignant reflection of societal struggles. His lyrics resonated with those who felt unheard and invisible, making his legacy all the more profound. The discussions surrounding his legacy now encompass not only his musical contributions, but also the societal implications of his life and death. As fans and scholars reassess Tupac's influence, it becomes clear that his artistry remains relevant, continuing to inspire new generations of artists who grapple with similar themes of struggle and resilience. With Davis's arrest, we may finally see justice served, and perhaps a clearer understanding of the complex world Tupac navigated. However, it's crucial to remember that his life and work were often overshadowed by the violence that surrounded him, leaving many to wonder what could have been had he lived longer.
So the goal of any hip replacement is for patients to have improved function and improvement in pain relief over time. And there are lots of different ways to do a hip replacement. Most traditional ways to do a hip replacement is the posterior approach or a direct lateral approach.
As we reflect on Tupac's legacy and the recent developments surrounding the arrest of Duane Davis, it's crucial to consider what this means for the future of hip-hop. The genre has evolved significantly since the 1990s, with artists increasingly advocating for social justice and speaking out against the systemic issues that plague their communities. In the wake of Tupac's passing, many musicians have continued to address similar themes of violence, inequality, and personal struggle, keeping his spirit alive through their work. Artists like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and others have drawn inspiration from Tupac's ability to tackle complex societal issues in their music. They have taken up the mantle of social commentary, using their platforms to educate and inspire change, much like Tupac did during his brief but impactful career. The dialogue about violence within the hip-hop community has shifted as well, with more artists and fans advocating for peace, unity, and healing, rather than perpetuating cycles of conflict and retaliation.
Y'all was touring, listen, Pac, right? Rest in peace to Pac, man.
Mm-hmm.
How was them studio sessions with Pac, man? Y'all was, like, how was it, man?
It was crazy because when we, before he got to us, we would have like a bunch of bitches in there and it would be going like, real slow. We like listen to songs like.
Additionally, the renewed attention to Tupac's case may encourage a broader discussion about unresolved violence in hip-hop culture. Activists and community leaders are using this moment to push for reforms that address the root causes of violence, such as poverty, lack of access to education, and systemic racism. They argue that true justice goes beyond individual arrests. It involves addressing the societal structures that contribute to such tragedies. The legacy of Tupac Shakur serves as a reminder of the power of music to reflect societal issues and evoke change. His life, marked by triumphs and tragedies, resonates with many who continue to navigate similar struggles today. As we move forward, it is essential to honor Tupac's contributions to music and culture, while also recognizing the need for growth and transformation within the industry. The hope is that through understanding and dialogue, we can create a future where artists can thrive without the fear of violence, and where the spirit of Tupac's message lives on in the hearts of new generations. The arrest of Duane Keffe D. Davis not only brings us closer to understanding the circumstances surrounding Tupac's death, but also ignites a larger conversation about violence in hip-hop and the need for systemic change. Tupac's legacy is not just one of tragedy, it is also one of resilience, creativity, and the enduring power of art. As we honor his memory, we must strive to ensure that his voice continues to inspire, challenge, and uplift those who seek to create a better world through music. Thank you for joining us as we explored this intricate story. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth content on the stories that shaped our culture.